inshallah. This brother that I'm talking about is no other than Uncle Zaf.
It's not them, not I got it.
But then we have, mashallah, we have, mashallah, the one who will teach us, the one who has been teaching us. The one
with
who
all
is...
those accolades, I thought you were talking with Sheikh.
No, I got him.
MashaAllah. You know, these are good attributes for Uncle Zaf. But now we have our beloved, our teacher, our Sheikh, our Hafiz, the brother who recites Quran for us, the brother who teaches us Quran, the brother that teaches us our deen, the brother that goes out there and he finds people to help. He finds those who are in need. He finds those who need to understand something about this religion. He's a brother that I know has shared his phone number, his personal phone number, every single place he is. Take my phone number, call me. Sheikh Ahmed, these are his words. Wallahi, these are his words. Take my phone number. Call me anytime. If you have any question, these are his words. I quote, this is what he says. Our beloved Imam Ahmed Al-Misri from Egypt, the graduate of Al-Azhar University, one of the greatest, most unique universities in the entire world. Not only is he a graduate, but he is a teacher in that university. Is and will forever be. And that is how Azhar is. Now, inshallah, I've taken up 5 minutes. So you know today is the day for us to learn a bit more about Salah, about our prayers. So inshallah, I have Sheikh Ahmed yawning, so I'm going to give him his chance, inshallah, to start his lesson, inshallah, with the barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sheikh Ahmed, bismillah.
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh Amir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم سبحانك ربنا لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم وأصلي وأسلم على خاتم النبيين محمد صلى الله وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي البهي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين إن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم شمس لا تضاهى يفوق الشمس في أجل ضحاها فلا يخبو إذا ما الشمس غابت ولا القمر المنير إذا أضاء فاللهم صل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي البهي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank him, the provider, the sustainer, the creator, the cherisher. We bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and we bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. We are sending our salah and salam for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And let me remind you of the verse about the Quran in Surah Al-Ahzab when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا صَلُّوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Allah and his angels are sending salah and salam for Rasulullah. Then Allah gave us the command. All you who believe, are you one of them? Are you one of them? So you should say, oh Allah, we have listened and we will obey. Then Allah said, all you who believe, send salah wa salam for Rasulullah. Especially when it comes to the Jumu'ah, it's something very unique. When you send salah and salam for Rasulullah, Allah will send his soul back. Then Rasulullah by himself will send salah wa salam for you. This is one of the ranks. The highest rank that when you send salah wa salam for you, for Rasulullah, Allah himself will make salah wa salam for you. Subhanallah. من صلى علي صلاة صلى الله عليه بها عشرة. When you make one salah and salam for Rasulullah, Allah himself will make 10 salah and salam for you. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد. Jazakumullah khairan for coming, for sharing the time with us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Allahumma ameen, ya Rabbil Alameen. And of course, alhamdulillah, we have the time now to go ahead and to move, continuing the Salah workshop. Salah workshop, it's something very important. And last time, alhamdulillah, we enjoyed having some of the rules related to the Salah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of us. Allahumma ameen. And here is the position of sujood. If you remember, I wish if we had time so I can revise, what is in the past then and continue. But I think, inshallah, just for the sake of the time, let's move on. And if you want to revise, you can see the previous videos, inshallah. It's on the YouTube Islamic Center of Newport Richey. You can find it on the YouTube channel, inshallah. So you can have all the lectures, inshallah. Let's move to step number 10. And I believe that we reached to that sujood. And the sujood, we finished talking about sujood, how you can put your toes in a position like you are cracking your toes, and even the toes itself, while you are making sujood, prostrating to Allah, it has to face the qibla, and your fingers has to face the qibla. And here is the most unique thing. Even while you are making sujood, sujood has to be on the certain, limbs, like on the forehead and also the nose together. That has to be the sujood. And also you have the two hands and the knees and your feet. And this is what Rasulullah ﷺ said. He prohibited us from putting our arms to lay it on the ground. So he said, don't prostrate like dogs. So that is something we have to be aware from. So when you make sujood, even the little children, they mostly do this. Try to teach them nicely, gently, with the wisdom and the good approach. Don't put your arm over the ground while you are making sujood. Try to have a distance, but of course not to push the one who is next to you. Gently, nicely. And we mentioned also for the brothers and sisters, try to find for the brothers, try to have a gap between your arms and your side, and a gap between the thigh and the stomach. This is the sunnah of Rasulullah. For the sisters, there is no gap required to do. There is no gap required to do, even between the stomach and the thigh, or also between the arm and the side itself. So, and the sunnah that the sister should cover herself while she is praying, meaning to bring the arms close to the sides so she can be covered. If someone is passing by, he will not see her or she will not expose herself to that person. So let's move to the other position. Now we reach to the sitting between the tashahhud. Sitting position. Now you can see that man, he put that leg here, and you can see the toes again facing the qibla. And what about the other leg here? He put it underneath. So he's sitting literally over his other leg. Let's say the left one. So the left one, he's sitting and he is folding the right one and putting the toes in the direction of the qibla. This is what we call it ittiba'. Ittiba' means what? This is the position of the tashahhud. This is the proper position of the tashahhud. I'm saying that maybe you cannot do this. Maybe you have pain in the joints. So I'm just saying to you the proper way, the ideal way to sit between the tashahhud. And also there is another one that somebody, he may put his two legs under him and he will sit over the two legs. So it is another way of the tashahhud, and both of them are correct. But what is the most accurate one? This one is to sit on the left and to fold the right one, like what we see here in the picture. The other one, to put the two legs and sit over them, it's also permissible. It's not bid'ah, it's not anything. We are talking about something good and something better than this. So this is the way of the sitting. Let's move also to something else. You can see here from the back. So he was sitting here on the left, and if he sat down on the two legs, still it is permissible. Still it is permissible. Let's let's make it bigger. And now you can see step number 11. Next, you go into prostration, which is sujood position, for the second time. This is the second sujood, as described in step number 9, the previous one. As you go into this position, says Allahu Akbar, and while you are saying that, or while you are having the sujood, you need to say Subhana Rabbiya al-A'la. I'm glorifying my Lord, the Most High. So glory be to my Lord, the Most High. Subhana Rabbiya al-A'la. And it is different actually than the ruku'. So in ruku' we say Subhana Rabbiya al-Azim. But again, let me remind everyone, the minimum is 1, not 3. The minimum required is 1, not 3. 3 is the sunnah of Rasulullah. Can I do more than 3, 5, 7, 9, like odd numbers? Yes, you can. But what about if I did 1 and the Imam got up? Should I wait to say 3 or follow the Imam? Follow the Imam if you did the minimum. So I said, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Then the Imam said, Allahu Akbar. Get up, and follow the Imam. Don't wait till to say the 3 times, as the three times in the Sunnah, and following the Imam, it's higher Sunnah, means it is wajib. So now we are comparing between 2 things. Saying 3 times Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, what's the rule of it? Sunnah. Okay, say following the Imam, is it Sunnah or wajib? Following the Imam is wajib. So I need to do the wajib first. Then, if I have time, I can do the Sunnah. So this is Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Now you will do the other unit or the other rak'ah. And as we made again, now putting here your hand between the chest and the stomach, the right hand over the left hand, and say Allahu Akbar. Let me explain something very, very important. And I need you to give me your attention, please. As we mentioned in Salah, as we mentioned in wudu', that we have rukn and sunnah, also in Salah, we have rukn and sunnah. Means what? Even in Salah, we have to differentiate between what is sunnah and what is rukn, what is pillar. Let me give you an example. The first takbirah, Allahu Akbar, which is takbirat al-ihram, is it rukn or sunnah? Is it rukn or sunnah? So it is rukn, means it is one of the pillars of Islam, which is takbirat al-ihram, the first takbirah. Okay, what else? The number 2, you have the rest of the takbiras. Like someone is moving between sujood, between standing and having the ruku', so he will say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So all Allahu Akbar after the first takbirah, it will be only sunnah. Sunnah means what? What about if I missed it? If I missed, so my salah is not valid? No, your salah is correct. And if you remembered in your salah, you are not required to go back to correct the mistake that you made. Here is the fiqh, the understanding the difference between the pillar and the sunnah. It let you understand how you will react if you forgot something. Let me tell you, someone forgot to recite Al-Fatiha. Then he remembered in the ruku' or in the sujood or at any position. So that person has to repeat, has to go back to repeat the rak'ah again. So he has to go back to the same place that he missed the rukn, then he will continue. But again, what about if you missed sunnah? If you missed tashahhud, like tashahhud in the middle. Tashahhud in the middle is not a pillar, it's not wajib, it's not obligatory. But what about if I missed it? I forgot it. So should I go back to do it, or it will be sufficient to just make 2 sajda? It's enough to make 2 sajda. So this is the rule now. Now, alhamdulillah, you can understand. Another case. Imagine if I forgot to make sajda. Should I continue? And by the end, I will make 2 sajda as a compensation? No. Why? Sajda. Each sajda is wajib. Means it is a pillar in salah. So we have to differentiate. Again, what about reciting the surah after al-Fatiha? Is not wajib. I mean, it is sunnah. If I missed it, someone recited al-Fatiha, and after reciting al-Fatiha, he forgot to recite Qul huwa Allahu ahad, and nobody reminded him till he went down for the sujood. So what he needs to do, we cannot say to him, go back to the same position to recite Qul huwa Allahu ahad and continue your salah. No, he can continue and he can make sujood by the end. Why? He missed sunnah, he didn't miss a pillar in salah. That's very important. So some people will say, Imam, we will pray. It does not matter, rukn, not rukn, pillar or not pillar, we will pray. Allah knows our heart. Yes, I know, but wait. At least you need to understand if you missed something, what you need to do. You are required to say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times. The minimum, as I told you, 1 time. You may think it has to be 3 or it must to be 3. No, the minimum is 1. If you did just once, that will be sufficient. But the sunnah is to do 3. So these are some of the rules. And something else I wanted to share with you about the sujood position. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the closest time in salah or even outside the salah that you show the gratitude to Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may answer your dua when you make sujood to Allah. So if you are by yourself, you cannot, you can't control the time, especially while you are sitting in your house right now. Try to make long sujood. With the long sujood, you will feel the sweetness of salah. And inshallah, by the end of that course, I will give a special lecture about how can I defeat shaitan in my salah. It's very important because lots of people are complaining. Once I start Allahu Akbar, shaitan jumps into my mind. Try to let me, feel or thinking about dunya. He tries to distract me. So this is one of the tricks of the shaitan. One of the missions of the shaitan to distract you in your salah. And now, let me tell you some of the rules also related to the salah. Let's go back and see what we are missing now. So now this is the second rak'ah, and now we went to the last part of the salah. If you are praying 2 rak'ahs, excuse me. Now we will talk about tashahhud. Tashahhud. What is the meaning of tashahhud? And most of people, those people who does not know Arabic, and they can't speak Arabic, they say, okay, we are not supposed to pray tashahhud or say tashahhud. We just say Qul huwallahu ahad 3 times. You know? Let me tell you clear. I don't need to shock you. I don't need you to feel embarrassed. But let me tell you the truth. I tend to tell the truth. Here in Islam, nothing can be equivalent to tashahhud. Again, nothing can be equivalent to tashahhud. I know that we have the custom. Since we were young, they taught us instead of tashahhud, you can recite Qul huwallahu ahad 3 times, 11 times, all these numbers. You know? But this is not in Islam. This is not in deen. This is not in the knowledge. People may say it just to encourage people till you find time to memorize tashahhud. But that will not be the replacement of the tashahhud. Tashahhud has no replacement at all. It may be just temporarily till you memorize the tashahhud. And if we are talking about somebody he is already Muslim and he is 30 years, 40 years as Muslims, we cannot imagine him is not memorizing at tashahhud. So at tashahhud is very important. You need to exert the effort. You need to come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and try to strive more to memorize tashahhud. That's very important. Maybe when we have kids, they can memorize, they can say Al-Fatiha a little bit till they grow and they start to memorize. But let's move to the story behind at-tashahhud. You know the Al-Isra and Al-Mi'raj, the night journey for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And today, alhamdulillah, when we give the khutbah or the virtual khutbah today on Zoom for our community, we mentioned part of this. What is that part? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam when Allah said in Surah Al-Najm, لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى. We had shown him the great signs from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the opinions of the tafsir said the great sign that he saw before meeting Allah was Jibreel alayhi salam. To see Jibreel face to face in front of him. He saw Jibreel in the heavens. And as I mentioned to the brothers today, Jibreel has 600 wings. 600 wings. Each wing can pluck the horizon, can pluck the space. Just one wing, subhanallah. Imagine, what about if he tried to spread the 600 wings? This is Jibreel, the great creation of Allah. In another narration, he had over the wings, he had pearls, he had diamond, he had the gold. So if he started to move his wings, he started to spread gold and diamond and all that shining, gloomy, lighting, you know? This is Jibreel. So can you imagine like a crystal, shining, glowing? That's something, you know, brightening, 600 wings flying like this. That's a huge thing, subhanallah. And after Jibreel alayhi salam, and when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went to the 7th heaven, and he went to a certain place, by the way, the name of the place is Al-Bayt Al-Ma'mur. And I'm pretty sure that you know Al-Bayt Al-Ma'mur. Al-Bayt Al-Ma'mur, the same place as we have Al-Kaaba on the earth. We have another narration said it's directly above Al-Kaaba. It's directly above Al-Kaaba. And Al-Bayt Al-Ma'mur, the same house, almost like Al-Kaaba on the earth. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said 70,000 angels every day entering to Al-Bayt Al-Ma'mur. They are making a hajj and they are making tawaf inside that house, and they will not come back or come out from that house. 70,000 entering to a certain house, they will not come back to that house. So can you imagine how many the number or how many the angels of Allah? That's massive, huge, large numbers. Subhanallah, even more than the human beings. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he saw Sayyiduna Ibrahim, Khalilur Rahman. He saw Sayyiduna Ibrahim leaning his back towards the wall of the Bayt al-Ma'mur, and he is doing a certain job. Sayyiduna Ibrahim. Do you know what is the job of Sayyiduna Ibrahim on the heavens? Let me tell you. But before that, I need you to say, Sallallahu ala Muhammad, Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyiduna Ibrahim is putting on and leaning with his back, putting his back on the wall, and in front of him, he has circles of the young kids, the young children. He is teaching them Quran. Allahu Akbar. Sayyiduna Ibrahim is teaching them Quran, the young kids, the young children. This is his job and this is his mission. He reciting Quran in al-Bayt al-Ma'mur, Sayyiduna Ibrahim. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam moved forward and he came to a certain place. He said, even if I turn it around me, he tried to see where is. I think someone opened the microphone. He said, I tried. Let me figure out which.
I muted it, Sheikh. Bismillah.
Jazakallah khair. So he said he tried to look around him, and he said to himself, where am I now? Where am I now? Where I am? And he wondered where I am. He started to feel terrified. He felt loneliness. He didn't find Jibreel behind him, and he couldn't speak. Then there is something inside his heart, and he started to hear the voice. Allah is talking. Then Allah is telling him, "Oh Muhammad, you came close to me." Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt that he is in the presence of God. He is coming close to God. He is coming to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he wanted to greet Allah. He wanted to say, Assalamu alaikum ya Rab. He couldn't say Assalamu alaikum ya Rab. Why? Because Allah himself is Assalam. So how can you say to Allah Assalamu alaikum? Then he tried to collect some of the good words, these good words that I'm sharing with you right now. At-tashahhud, he started to say, At-tahiyyatu lillah, was-salawatu wat-tayyibat. Subhanallah. All the compliments, all the prayers, all the good words, the pure words are due to Allah. He couldn't say Assalamu alaikum. Allah himself is the peace, is the source of the peace. That's why he put some words together. Then Allah said, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah said, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. Allah is sending salam to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And not only salam, but salam and rahmah and mercy. And not only salam and rahmah, but salam and rahmah and the barakah, the blessings. Wa barakatuh. Allahu Akbar. Then the Prophet ﷺ didn't want the good just to be for himself. He wasn't stingy, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Oh, he wasn't selfish. He wanted even at that moment, at that private meeting with Allah, he didn't forget his ummah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He didn't forget me and you. Subhanallah. He didn't forget us. And he wanted the good and the barakah, the salah salam to be for everyone. He said, Assalamu alayna. Peace be upon all of us. Alayna means the angels who are surrounding Rasulullah. Then he said, وَعَلَى عِبَادِ اللَّهِ الصَّالِحِينَ, and to the righteous servants of Allah. Subhanallah, this is the meaning of the tashahhud. Very important. We have lots of brothers, when they say tashahhud, they say it very quickly. التحيات لله والصلاة الطيبة السلام عليك يا نبي والسلام علينا والسلام. So how can you feel salah? How can you feel salah then? If you wanted really to enjoy with salah, imagine that you are seeing Rasulullah in front of your eyes and he is greeting Allah in front of you. Imagine that greatness, that one day you will meet Allah. So let me ask you, if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam chose the best words like التحيات لله الصلوات الطيبات, if you are going to meet Allah by the day of judgment, what is the words that you will greet Allah with? So I need you to wonder. I need that all of that comes to your mind while you are making salah. This is how you get the contemplation. This is how you get khushu', the concentration in your salah. So Allah is giving us a tahiyyat to remember His greatness and to remember that meeting. Inshallah, next time we are going to continue with you talking about another rules for the salah. And alhamdulillah, today yesterday we mentioned the significance of saying Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, the household of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Inshallah, we will come next time, inshallah, to talk about another rules for the salah, and of course, also we will come to the dhikr after salah. What is the dhikr I need to do after salah? And here is the very important question. I'm sorry that every time I'm trying, but I have to attract your mind to promise me that you will come back. Today is Friday, so the next time will be Tuesday, inshallah, 9. Remember this very well.
Tuesday may be difficult, Sheikh, only because we want to have the Laylatul Qadr program on Tuesday night.
Yes.
And he's on also.
You are on to do the lecture. Yes. For a number of minutes, so we will have to skip class, inshallah, on Tuesday. So with your permission, hopefully, right?
Yes, of course. I just forgot. I'm the one who did the flyer, so.
and I'm asking you with everybody on this phone, inshallah, if the masjids are still not open when Ramadan is finished, I'm hoping that we will all agree that we will continue with these classes.
Inshallah.
I think so. We need it.
Jazakallah khairan. Barakallah feek. That's my pleasure. That's my pleasure. I just want. I just want to talk about something very important, and I will not answer the question for today. I just will leave the answer till Jumu'ah, inshallah, or maybe the suitable time, so we can talk, inshallah. What about the remembrance of Allah after the salah? Can I make it loudly in a congregation, or it should be silent? What about if some people gathered together to say the remembrance after salah? Like let me give you Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, Allahu Akbar 33 times. Shall we say it in a congregation in large number, so we can say it together? Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Shall we say it like this? I will not give the answer now. Till, inshallah, you come back, and inshallah, I will answer by that time, inshallah. And inshallah, that answer will tell you a lot about the salah, about the meaning of salah. Inshallah, we'll continue. What is the dhikr that I need to do after the salah? Rasulullah said, you may have certain remembrance, it will protect you. from the tribulations of Ad-Dajjal. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us.
Ameen.
Jazakumullahu khaira.
So before you leave, Sheikh, inshallah, next week, what we want to be able to do is to incorporate our classes with a little lecture, only because, you know, we want to gather as much as we can in these last couple of nights. So inshallah, we'll put some programs together. So we will have your class on Monday with Amir, and then we will have a speaker on that night as well. We'll probably need more than 30 minutes, 35, maybe 45 minutes on those nights. And I'm working with Brother Mahmoud and the executives and Brother Alim and Brother Lazar and the rest of them. So we'll put something in writing by tomorrow, and we will all have a really good set of programs next week, classes incorporating lectures as well.
Jazakallah khairan. I just wanted to tell you something. You made a favor for me by inviting me for that lecture, and by bringing the brothers and sisters to this room, because really, wallahi, I was missing all of them. Now I can see my Sheikh Alim. I can see my brother, Sheikh Rizwan. I can see my Sheikh Amir. I can see, mashallah, lots of brothers. Many of the names I can see in front of my eyes. Our sisters, mashallah, our respected sisters. MashaAllah, Sister Zubayda, Sister Zamina, we have Shabina, MashaAllah, all of these names, I know them, MashaAllah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. Allahumma ameen.
And they all have, without question, they all have a lot of love and respect for you. We have relatives, my relatives from South Florida, my sister in New Jersey, my sister-in-law in Toronto, and so many of my cousins in Canada and all over, and a number of family for Alim and Brother Rizwan and Brother Mahmoud. They're all on the phone. So we thank you very much, really, and I mean, we appreciate your time.
Jazakallah khairan, barakallah fi. I, inshallah, running out of time because I have the lecture by 10, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us. Allahumma ameen. One of the sisters was asking for the YouTube channel. So here is the name of the YouTube channel. I shared with everyone. Just search on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You will get the notification whenever we put video. Even that video that you are watching right now, inshallah, after 1 hour and a half, you will find it on the YouTube, inshallah.
You make a dua before you leave?
Yes, inshallah.
Ameen.
كما تحب وكما ترضى اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد اللهم توفنا مسلمين ألحقنا بالصالحين واحشرنا يا ربنا في زمرة خير المرسلين اللهم تقبل صيامنا وصلاتنا وركوعنا وتهجدنا وتضرعنا اللهم تقبل صالح أعمالنا
آمين.
اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين
آمين.
اللهم ارفع عنا الوباء وارفع عنا البلاء اللهم ارزقنا فضل ليلة القدر اللهم ارزقنا فضل ليلة القدر
آمين.
اللهم ارزقنا شفاعة القرآن
آمين.
ببركات القرآن
آمين يا رب.
ارزقنا نعيم القرآن
آمين.
وحلاوة القرآن
آمين يا رب.
وتدبر القرآن
آمين.
القرآن ونور قلوبنا بالقرآن
آمين يا رب.
ونور قبورنا بالقرآن واهد بناتنا بالقرآن واهد شبابنا بالقرآن
آمين.
وشفع فينا رسولك محمد سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
آمين.
جزاكم الله خيرا. بارك الله فيكم. بارك الله فيكم.
مع الشيخ.